Hey guys, how you all doing? It's FusionBlitzx here, and today I am bringing you another awesome video. So I decided to start up a new series where I will teach you how to pick out each and individual PC part for your computer build. So to kick off the series, we'll be showing you how to pick out your own CPU. So when buying a CPU, you have two choices, AMD or Intel. And generally speaking, Intel has better performance, but is more expensive, and AMD doesn't have as great performance, but they are very good in terms of pricing. And I'll be breaking down each of these companies for you and their line of processors. So first of all, we have Intel, and we have three different types of processors that you will usually go with: an i3, an i5, and an i7. Now an i3 is a dual core with hyperthreading. So that means it has two physical cores and 4 threads which schedule tasks, so the cores are never idle. So this processor type is not very high end, it's fairly average, but it gets the job done, and it can handle a bit of light gaming and a bit of light video editing here and there, but it's somewhat more budget oriented, and still it's still a solid performer, but it's more budget oriented and not as performance heavy. Next we have the i5, which is a quad core without hyperthreading. So you have 4 physical cores, and i5s are generally very good performance ones. They are very mainstream, they're quite powerful, they can handle gaming and video editing quite well, but not video editing as well as the i7, but it gets the job done. So that's somewhat in like the middle of the pack, somewhat upper higher end. Next we have the i7, which is generally a quad or hexacore with hyperthreading. So these things do everything the i5 does, but better because of hyperthreading. So what hyperthreading does is it pretty much schedules tasks a lot better, so the CPU cores are never idle. So this pretty much helps out in multi-threaded workloads like video editing and rendering and stuff like that, and live streaming as well. So it's good for that, and it handles games just fine, so get this if you want the top of the line performance. Next we have AMD, and with AMD you have two choices: an AMD Kaveri build or an FX Bulldozer processor. I think it's Bulldozer, but anyway. With the APUs you get a CPU and a GPU integrated onto the same die. So this is good for like a budget build, because you get a fairly decent processor and a fairly decent GPU all in one for a pretty good price. But don't expect anything special in terms of performance. This is more for people who are just willing to try things out with gaming, and it actually helps out with like other like light tasks as well. But it's not the highest performer, but it's good if you're on a budget. Next we have AMD's FX series of processors. Now these processors are very cheap, and they offer high core counts, like up to 8 physical cores. Although they are in 4 modules, you don't need to worry about that. What you need to worry about is these offer very good multi-threaded power, and are very good for gaming as well, but not as good as Intel because of their bad single-threaded performance. But again, these processors are very good for people on a budget and are looking for some decent solid performance. So hopefully you guys can now pick out a CPU for your build, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Peace out.